Hi guys, welcome back to Sis and Mama Budgets. So you're seeing me on the other side of the camera today, which is not something we usually really do, but I'm trying to keep things very real with you guys. Because this budget journey and debt journey is going to have its ups and downs, right? So I told you guys a couple of weeks ago when I done my last video. Sorry, it's been a minute due to the wedding and stuff. I didn't upload. And excuse the way I look today. I have been helping my husband all morning at one of his jobs. So going over and helping with translating for my son and one of the other workers who don't speak Spanish. So it was a journey this morning. I had to go pick up the trailer because he had our trailer over there too, and he only had one truck, so I had to take our truck over and go pick it up. But anyways, all that said, it's been busy. It's been very busy actually. But back to our debt journey. So before I get into that, I do have some stuff that I've had for a few weeks that I wanted to show you guys because I had ordered it. One of the things I ordered about a month ago and it come in a few weeks ago, but just with my schedule, y'all know, 7 days on, 7 days off, and I've been trying to get my garden done because seeds wait for no one, so I have to kind of juggle everything. And then the wedding and everything just threw everything off. So we're back. Hopefully we're going to get back on track. So we're not going to do a budgeting video today. I do not have the money this week. Some things come up. So we did end up having to take some money out of the binder for the money that was going to go into our emergency fund because we had an issue come up with the work, with his job and stuff. Not with the job itself, but everything associated with our business and having to get unexpected supplies and unexpected things. So we had to take some money out. Almost all of it actually. So when my husband got a check, I told you guys that we were excited because it was going to be a little more than we thought, and that we were gonna, get a dryer and not have to pay on any kind of credit for that, which is still the plan, just not this week. So we ended up having to take that money that we were going to do for the dryer and put it back into our challenges, and we're still a little short. So on chip away we're $100 short, and on stuff and budget we are $29 short. So I do have IOUs in there for them, and we do have an $8 IOU from the last time that we played. So when we come in with our next round next week, when we get started back up, because hopefully everything's going to be back on track then we will get that paid before we even play. So we may not have as much money to play with next week, and that's fine. The goal is to get back on track. So I wanted to bring this to you because I want to be very transparent with you. I don't want to just put money in there and go, well, I'm not going to tell them about this setback because that's not going to help anybody. So I want to tell you about my setback because my setback can help you if you're having a setback. So it's not a failure, it's just a setback, and it's just something we have to come back from. So we will start putting that money back in there, especially stuff and budget, which is the $29 one, because that game board is almost finished, and once that one is finished, I want to put another game in. So I want to get that one taken care of. As far as chip away, it's $100. Maybe over the next couple of weeks we'll get it paid back. So my plan is to, once we get the money every week for the games, I'm going to go ahead and pull out at least $20 to put in payback for those games. So we'll probably go ahead and take care of stuff and budget, like right off the bat, at $29. And then after that, we'll start putting, $20 every week that we have the money. We're going to put it into chip away. So let's get into the fun stuff though, because that's the downer part, is that we're starting over, not starting over completely, but we're starting over a little bit. And this is what is happening in this journey. And this is So I had talked about, it's ironic because the last video 2 weeks ago, I had talked about, having the $1,000, because they say if when you start trying to save money and you start trying to pay things off, that things are going to happen, right? And it happened, but we had the money. So it's not oh my God, what are we going to do? Like before, I'd have been like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Where am I going to borrow money from? Like how? We're not doing that. We are okay. We're just going to pay what we got back, and then we're going to keep moving. And that's the beauty of that emergency fund. And I'm so glad that, we had some money in the emergency fund to be able to do that with. And having $1,000 in the emergency fund is just going to make it where I'm not stressing out, because I'm the one that does all the bills. I'm the one that sits down and does all the bills and pays everything. And like this goes this and this goes that, and which week we're going to do this, and which week we're going to do that. I'm the one that does that. My husband doesn't do any of that, which I need to start teaching him, because if something were to happen and I'm not able to, God forbid anything happen, but if it did, he needs to know how and where and what and when and all the things. So he needs to know where I have things written down. He needs to know which websites to go on to pay them. Like, there's a lot he needs to learn too. But let's go ahead and get into what I got. So I did order that. Like I said, I ordered this about a month ago, and it's from Norlys Budget. There's something else in here. I haven't even looked at this yet, you guys. Like, I know what it is, but I haven't even looked at it. Oh, that's cute. Okay. So she sent a little freebie keychain. It's a little ducky guy. That's cute. I actually needed a keychain for my side-by-side, and this is going to be cute on that. So that's where that's going to go. And then she sent this freebie, which is the little color tab. I guess they like stick on your stuff. So that's nice. Thank you so much, girl. And then we have our little envelope for our book. And this is the Sweet Savings Book from Norlys Budget to save $1,000. Yes, I'm excited, you guys. I'm so excited. She was going on about the book, and I was like, oh my gosh, because she does low income numbers. Like, she does stuff that's so low income. So like this first one, it has like stars, and it has all of them are $8, and that will save $200. And then this next one will save $144, and it's the sweet stars, and it's little cupcakes. And so the stars are $6 and the cupcakes are $6, and so it'll save $144 when it's done. And then there's some mini challenges for some quick wins. So we have one that's going to save $24, $32, $48. That's cool. I like that. That's cute. And then these are all, okay, these are a little higher. So this one's going to save $240, and they're $12 a piece, which would be the same as the other cupcakes with the stars, because you put the cupcake and the star together, it'll be $12 as well. But that is cute. And then another little mini challenge, 21, 58, 70. I'm excited to do this challenge to save $1,000 because it's such low numbers. This one will save 72. It's got little cakes and rainbows and stuff. These are $5 each, and we'll save 75 at the end of it. And then this one is $2, and we'll save 60. And then that one's the last one in the page, and then it has another envelope. So what I'll probably do is, for this book, all this money will go in this envelope, and then this other envelope we will use for something else. Oh, her minis. She sent minis, you guys. She sent some little, these are cute because I really do want to start doing Monday minis. We have to get ourselves back on track before I can do that, but I have some minis to start them. It's cute. She's got a little dessert mini. A donut mini. Cake. Ice cream and cake. Little cupcakes. and another little cupcake. That's cute. And then she has a little boba and ice cream challenge. And then there's one more little cookie challenge. So these are cute. I actually might use these in $2 Tuesdays. Maybe, I'm not sure. I might not. I don't know yet. I don't know. I might use those in the minis. Just like she sent them for minis, that's what I'll probably use them for. So considering that that's what we got, I did go today because some things were 40% off at Hobby Lobby, and I knew that I had this book, so I wanted to get something to go with it. So I got this one for the minis, for Monday minis, because we're gonna start that. And then I got this one for the Norlie's budget, the sweet savings book for this one. So we have books for each one now. And then while I was there, I got some little quote things. Oh, there's a glare, but it's got little quotes on it, like says, but as for you, don't give up, for your work will be rewarded. And then that's 2 Corinthians 15:17. So these are Bible verses, and just other little Bible quotes or like love quotes from for our from faith and stuff, which I really like because I need to see stuff like that every day. And then I got this one, and it's got a bunch of different ones for each, kind of like each holiday. And this is for my binder because I needed something for my binder to be, I like to have it pretty, I like to have it where it's something I want to look at all the time. So I know it's spending money that I shouldn't spend, but here's the thing, I know me, and if I try to put myself on a, like, I'm not going to spend anything kind of thing, I'm going to go spend a lot of money. And so this really wasn't bad because everything was 40% off. So I mean, like $1.99 was like what, $1.20. So yes, all those little things add up, but at the end of the day, it's going to be something that helps to motivate me, and I feel like that's important. It's important to motivate yourself. I would not have spent the money if I didn't absolutely have it. Now, should I have taken that money and put it back into my savings that I owe money? Yeah, probably should have. But I already did that. I already put a bunch of money back in there that we owed, and I know me. And if I would have done that, I would have taken and spent it from somewhere else, and I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably end the video here. Well, actually, I wanted to give you a little update. So the loan that I was telling you guys about that I've been paying back, that my daughter borrowed for me because my credit sucks. It was a $5,000 balance, and we now have it paid down to $4,739. So we are chugging away on that a little bit by little bit. And then also the Progressive leasing loan that I told you guys about, that I got my stove and my freezer through, is almost completely paid. So I'm thinking not this week, but next week I'll have that one completely paid off, because I already had that as a goal, and I'm going to make that goal. And this is why. So that one is $150 that comes out of my account every other week. I don't control it. It just comes out. It's automatic. So that's $300 a month. That $300 in my budget can be used in another place. Like, I could pay off a whole credit card, one of my husband's credit cards, actually both my husband's credit cards. Within 2 months, I could pay off with that money. That I would not be having to pay for that if I had that paid off. So I've been paying extra on it to get it paid off. Even though everything's been very tight, I've been paying extra on it because it is something that comes out of my account every week. And so there's a 90-day same as cash payout. And if you don't pay it within the 90 days for the same as cash, then you will end up paying double what it was worth. And we're not doing that. Like, I told myself I wasn't going to do that. I was literally getting it for the 90 days same as cash, and we're going to pay it within the 90 days same as cash. That is the payoff on that is due by the 15th of May. I get paid on the 14th of May, and it's going to be paid. I don't care if I have to push another bill back. That one's going to be paid. It's going to be paid off, which, like I said, it's not that much, and my check should be a full check as long as I don't miss any days this coming week, which, Lord willing, that ain't going to happen, because if I'm not dying, I'm going to go to work. But, so if I get a full paycheck, then I'm not going to have to worry about it, because my paychecks that I get paid every 2 weeks, but my paychecks that I get every 2 weeks actually is enough to pay all of our bills and have some left over. There again, I have to work every day for that to happen, though, and that did not happen as I had planned it. So I took off 3 days in a pay period, so that left me 3 days down off the paycheck this week. So my check wasn't what it normally is. I also had been sick. I was having some issues. Just getting older. I'm not as young as I used to be. So, just with age, things start happening. So I had been sick, and I had actually been taken off. I had to take off a few days on some other pay periods, so my check wasn't as much. So my husband's check was, coming in to cover it. But the thing about it is that my husband wasn't doing the carports for a while. He was doing like a side job, and he's been trying to get that job finished because it's a very large job, but he doesn't get paid for that job until the end of that job. So my check was the only one paying the bills for a while. But my husband has went back into the carports, and he's got 2 people working that job, and he's paying them to do that so that he can focus on doing his job, his actual job, which is the carports. So with that being said, now that he's been back, I don't know, he's been back at it for like 2 months or something. But just with anything like getting a new business started, there's unforeseen stuff that happens. So some weeks his check wasn't able to come into paying the bills. It had to be getting stuff for the jobs. We had a drill break, and we had to get another drill, and then we had another one that broke, and we had to get that one replaced, and we had to replace a belt that they wear that holds the drills and the screws and all of the things. So when I say unforeseen, that's stuff like that, ladders, all of that stuff that they have to have for their jobs in order to do their job. Actually, one of the big purchases that he had to make was a generator, and those things are not cheap. So that was one of his paychecks, was a generator, most of it. And then we have to send money to Mexico too, to his kids, for child support. So a lot of his money has been going towards that kind of stuff, the stuff for the business and his kids, which they're a priority over anything else. His kids are a priority. They will be taken care of before anything that we need is taken care of. I don't play about that. Like, kids have to be taken care of first. And so, yeah, kids' parents, that kind of thing. His parents are getting older. My parents are getting older. And our goal is to be able to support and help them as they age. Because one day we're going to be in the same situation. And I hope that my children are in a position to be able to help us as well. So that's the goal. That and to get out of debt, so we don't leave our kids with that. So with all of that said, thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for coming in every week. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, I hope that you'll consider doing that. That's that little red button at the bottom, and the little bell icon will let you know whenever I upload. Hopefully we're going to get back on our routine. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday to get back into our games that we are going to be playing to save this money and get out of debt. Thank you guys. I'm sorry. I know this was a long one, and I know that it was just a lot of talking, but I wanted to come on and update you guys. I don't want you guys to ever feel like I'm hiding anything from you or that it's all perfect, because it ain't. I mean, this is real life. Real life comes with real things that happen. And so the real thing is that happened is that we needed to borrow money from our emergency fund. I'm glad we had it there to borrow from. But it is what it is, and we're now getting back on track. We got a little bit of money we got to pay back, and we'll be back set with that, and we can continue this journey. And I hope that you'll continue the journey with me, and so support me and encourage me, guys. Encourage me. I need those words of encouragement down in the comments. I also would like for you guys to put your stuff down there. Let us know where you're at in your journey so that everybody can, encourage you as well. I want to be an encouragement to you. And if I can do that, that's what I'm going to do. So each struggle, each win, everything that we do, or everything we do here on this channel is going to be about encouraging each other. I don't want to tear anybody down. I don't want anybody tearing me down. And I don't want anybody tearing anybody down in the comments. Just let's all love each other and encourage each other and get through this journey together, okay? I'll see you soon. Bye.